hope you're having a fabulous day, artists. Today we're going to be making our artwork 3D by using a technique called one-point perspective. And that involves one point or one dot and some shapes. You will need to have a straight edge, which could be a ruler or something else, and a pencil to start with today. Eventually we will add color, but probably today just going to be the lines. All right, gather your supplies and let's get started. Okay, artists, I have my paper here. Any kind of paper would work just great. So if you just have notebook paper at home, then go ahead and use that. But if you have some white paper or even colored paper, that would work great. Now you need something with a straight edge, and let's talk about what that could look like. Of course, if you have some sort of ruler, that would work great. Now, if you don't have a ruler at your house or at your home, sometimes the edge of another piece of paper, if it's thick enough, can work great. If you have the side of a notebook, the side of a pencil box would work great because this is a nice straight edge. You want something that's fairly long, so try to find something that will work. I sometimes even use the side of my pencil. The one thing with that, though, is you do have to watch for it because it likes to roll around. So what you're going to do first, we are going to do use one point or one dot, and what we're going to call this is a vanishing point. A vanishing point is the point in the picture where everything's going to look like it vanishes or disappears. And so it's just in one little spot. You don't need to make this super big. It just can stay a dot. Don't make it really big, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to start by making some shape. Now, my favorite shape to use is a heart for this project. I like to call this exploding hearts, but you could use other shapes too. The reason I kind of like the heart is because it has curves and it has a point or a corner to it. And so it's kind of nice so that you get to practice using a curve and a point to your shape. You'll see what I mean in just a minute. So if you're not familiar with how to draw hearts, let me show you right now. And you can practice this before you start on your real paper. So you're going to make two curves right next to each other. And then what you do is you make a diagonal line going down, and then from the other side, a diagonal line going the other way. They come together like the letter V. Now, it's nice to have different sizes. So you might want to have a small one. You might want to have, this looks kind of like a medium-sized one. I'm going to try to make one even bigger. Now, if you make all small hearts, then you would probably want to fill your paper with more. And if you get these three done, you might decide you even want to do more. That's up to you. It doesn't matter to me how close or how far away your hearts are. Sometimes I'll do one half of the heart this way and the other half like this. Someone described to me drawing a heart as drawing like you're going to draw the number 2, but without the bar across the bottom. And then you just do the opposite of that, going the other way. And if your line's not long enough, you just go ahead and make it the size. I think 5 is a good place to start. If I decide I want to do more in a little bit, I can still add more. Now, the rule is all the rest of the lines and all the rest of the things in your picture have to be drawn using your straight edge. You cannot use curvy lines. If you use curvy lines or you try to just do a shortcut and just draw it to the vanishing point, it's going to look messy, it's going to look sloppy, and it will not achieve the effect that you're looking for, which is to make it look 3D. So I'm going to start with the heart that is closest to my vanishing point, which I'm going to say is this big one right here. And the rule is if you have a corner that you can draw to the vanishing point, and it's okay just to practice with your finger first, you can draw straight to the vanishing point without running into anything from the corner, then you want to draw that. Now, if you're not using a ruler, remember you can always use something else. Now, the top of my heart does not really have a corner up here. It just has a kind of this curve. And so what I'm going to do is try to find the edge of that curve where it can still connect to the vanishing point. So I'm going to move my ruler. Sometimes I like to put my pencil right on that dot, and then I can slide that over without it moving. Now, if you're having trouble with your ruler or your straight edge holding and staying still while you're drawing, try making sure that you're spreading your fingers apart. Even if I use my pencil box to draw my lines. I think I'm going to do this one next. Even if I use, it's okay to turn it upside down. I can't get to the corner down here without drawing through my shape. So I won't be able to use that corner this time. But I can use the curve here on the edge, on the top. I have it on the other side too. Check both before you start drawing. Now there is a corner on this part of my heart that I can also draw to without running into anything. And that's already starting to make it look 3D. I'm going to do all of my hearts, connecting all of the parts, either the curve or the corner, to the vanishing point. And this one has to stretch way out. Now, since there's two bumps and two kind of curves here, I think I can do it twice. Can you go from there? Oh, I have a problem here. If I were to, I know I need to have a line going up here, but if I connect it straight to the vanishing point, it's going to run into this other heart. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend like I'm going to draw all the way to that vanishing point. And what I will do instead, so it's touching the vanishing point and it's touching my heart. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to pretend like I'm going to go all the way to the vanishing point. So I start on the heart and then I stop when it gets to the other heart, because I don't want this heart, I don't want to ruin that other heart, and it's not something that you can see through. So I'm going to do the other curve to this one as well. And I think the same thing is going to happen. And there you go. Now, if you feel like you need to add some more hearts, and maybe you would like to have more, and you've really got the hang of this, you can keep adding hearts. That is up to you. You can do as many as your heart desires, as they would say, as many as you want. And once you have all of your hearts done for the day, I would like you to stop. Don't color this. There's a special way for coloring your hearts, and so I want to show you that next time because I think you've done enough work. I make this look really easy, but you might find that connecting to the one vanishing point is a little bit tricky, and so it might take you a little bit longer. The trick is to always make sure you're using your straight edge and that it goes to the vanishing point. You'll notice some shapes only have 2 lines going to the vanishing point. Some of your shapes will have 3. It just depends where it is on your paper and how close it is to your vanishing point. So when you have finished artists today, make sure you write your name and code. Make sure to save this paper for next time. If you're at home, send a picture to me on on Seesaw. We'll save the Artsonia for a different day. And if you really are having fun doing one-point perspective, try using some other shapes too. All right, have a great day and stay creative. Bye-bye.